Welcome back to Mike Learns Poker hand of the day for April 29th, 2025. In this one, we are firing 3 bullets. We are bluffing the whole way. Let's see if it got through. Okay, peeps. Here's our situation. This was from a hand I played last night. $11 tournament. 50 bigs. Queen 10 offsuit on the button. Going to play this all day. 50 bigs equals I'm raising 2.3 big blinds normally. And I do. And the big blind calls. Nothing controversial so far. Here's our flop, ace jack 6. And the big blind should check everything to us. We have range advantage like a mofo on this board with the ace and the jack. Look at all these aces we got. Look at all we got all the big stuff. Ace jack, ace king, ace queen, ace 10. We got all the draws. We got king queen like crazy, right? We got all these big pairs. Set of jacks, set of aces, set of sixes. Massive range advantage. So we're going to bet. Question 1 for me when I tagged this hand last night was the flop bet correct? It appears that it was. I could bet anywhere in this 20 to 33% range. That's what I did. Opponent calls. Cool. 3 of hearts comes off, which is a complete brick. What do they have? Maybe they could have ace 3, okay, but that's pretty small percentage of their total hands, right? Yeah, they got ace 3 suited and they got ace 3 off. And they got ace 6. Oh, yeah, they have some ace 6 suited. They don't have ace 6 off, maybe. So we're not worried, really. They're going to check again. Now, I'm pretty certain I screwed this spot up. So at this point, what I'm starting to think about, although I didn't do it here, I did it after my bet, so I need to get off of autopilot, I think, is the takeaway. But I need to be thinking about bet sizing that would get us close to a 1 stacked pot ratio of 1. Stacked pot ratio meaning the number of chips that we have in our own stack versus, or in the effective stack if the opponent had less than me. So in this case, I'm the effective stack, meaning we're playing for all of my chips. They cover me. So if I bet 10, that would get the pot to, if they call, that would get the pot to 30, and then I would have 30 stacked pot ratio of 1. My understanding of the primary reason to do that is because when you get to the river, if you shove, if your stack to pot ratio is well below 1, you are giving your opponent too good of odds to call. They don't have to be right all that often. Stacked pot ratio near 1 is kind of your sweet spot because you're going to have a lot of strong hands that you do it with, and you're going to have some bluffs to balance it off. So I screwed this spot up, I'm guessing, because I did that. I did not even 6. Let's see what GTO Wizard likes. Yeah, GTO Wizard hates that bet. It wants 83% or 125%. So we screwed this up. And the reason that's important is because at that bet size, our opponent isn't folding any jacks. They're going to fold some 6s. Okay. Whoop-de-doo. But if they have a jack, they're not folding yet. And if they have an ace, they're not folding any aces yet. So if we chunk that bet up, they're going to start folding, I bet, a lot of these jacks. Let's look. Yeah, they start getting rid of some jacks. What if we went to 125% pot? Now they start ditching a bunch of jacks. Still not ditching any aces. I don't think that's realistic, though. I think in small stakes poker games, you'll see some people start to give up some of these weak aces. So, mistake number one. So I'm picking the right hand to bluff with. I'm just not sizing my bets appropriately. All right, two of spades comes off. Big blind checks again. Now the pot's 21 and I have 36. So we are nowhere near a stack to pot of 1. We're at like almost 2. Not good. So when our opponent checks, see, I screwed this up, so our combo's not even here. But if we are going to bluff, we just got to shove for 2x pot, basically. See here. Or we could do this kind of wimpy little give up bluff, but yeah. So I kind of split the difference and I potted it. Yeah. Played this poorly. I played this really poorly. Because at that size, I don't think they're supposed to fold any ace. And we're targeting primarily weak aces and Jack X. Again, GTO Wizards, see, yeah, with this bet, they're not folding any aces. I think, again, in real life, I think they'd give up probably like this ace 4 or ace 5, maybe. But they're going to call off all these other aces probably. Whereas if we shove, that gets a lot harder. Oops. I screwed that up. Big blind checks. We bet. Yeah, you can see they're calling all their aces. Let's see if we went all in for 2x pot. Are they giving up any aces? Yeah. You can start to get all these aces to fold out, see? So we could have overcome a poor decision on the turn bet with a strong decision, a good decision on the river bet, and we just didn't find it. And that cost us because our opponent called us off with one of the hands we were targeting. So, pick the correct hand to bluff with. Nothing wrong with going 3 streets with this hand. Bet sizing, bet sizing, bet sizing. We targeted the right hands. We ranged our opponent correctly. We just got to go for it. That's the takeaway today. All right, friends. See y'all next time.